Let's talk about change. So, question again, use your chat. What is the hardest thing about change? Give me just throw any change, career change, any kind of change. Change is all the same as far as our brain is concerned. Thank you, Milbury. He said he will share the resources after. So use the chat box if you want, or unmute yourself. It's hard, right? There, yeah, change is hard. Breaking old patterns, not wanting it. Yes, Deborah. Like nobody wants. Can we just stay the same? Amen. You know, like sometimes you're like, can I just enough change? Don't you feel like sometimes you're like, how much change do I need to go through? I don't know if you've been there, but I've been there. I'm like, God, can we just take a minute? Procrastination. Yep. Yeah, all you guys are spot on. And so somebody pointed out like breaking old patterns. So before I show you the next slide, because I don't want to give it away. So if you take think of the things that you do every day that are like, almost automatic, right? I'm sure like most of you, when you wake up in the morning, you don't think about what am I supposed to do now? No, you usually have a routine of some sort, right? So maybe you go to the bathroom, maybe you get some water, maybe you say hi to your loved ones, maybe you go straight for the coffee machine, whatever it may be. So how much of what we do each day, how we communicate, decisions we make, how we behave, how much percentage-wise do you think is it the same for us? Sorry, I have a phone going off on that side. I apologize if you hear it. How much percentage-wise, how much do you think everything that we do each day is the same? Deborah said 91%. Anybody else? No wrong answers here, just guessing. Just drop me your guesses. 80%, 85, 85. Anybody else? 70. All right. So who was it that said? The thing was Deborah wins. So it's roughly 95% of everything that we do each day is automatic. So what that means for us is that when we're trying to change something, all of a sudden your brain is like, wait a minute, we're already at capacity. We don't need anything. We're good. We're operating at 95% efficiency. I don't have to work too hard. I don't have to think too hard. So you have to almost create space for these new routines and new habits. And part of it is because the brain has a very bad rap around it, and it's because it's lazy. But really, it's not lazy. It's there to protect us. And whenever a new thing gets introduced, whenever you have to do something new, the reason it's hard, as many of you have said, is because it takes energy from your brain. It's not even your energy necessarily physical, it's the mental energy it takes to actually do something new. And so whenever there's something, just think of the last time, you tried to make a change, and it's like you come up with every single excuse of why you're going to procrastinate on that change, right? Somebody said procrastinate, right? Why are you going to push this off and just like, oh, I'll just do it next time and next time, right? So, and that's because it's your brain essentially, working against you because it's there to protect us. So although we as human beings have, are intelligent beings, right? But in terms of our biology, it is pretty primate, right? Like it's pretty primitive, sorry. So it's pretty primitive in the sense that it's just there to protect us. So our brain is there to protect us. And for the brain, whether you are looking for a new job or, about to get hit by a car, it reacts the same way to the change. That's how scary change is, which is why it's so difficult. But with neuroscience research and just behavior science research that has come out over the last decade plus, and particularly in the last few years in the field of coaching and talent development and just human development, we have learned that there's so many different things that we now know about the brain that helps us make the change easy. So it doesn't have to be that hard. And so what I'm going to be sharing for the next couple of slides, for some of you, it might be like, well, that makes sense. For some of you, it might be just a reminder. And for others, it might be actually some new information. So it just depends on how much change you've experienced and how many different strategies you've tried. And so essentially, it's just about how do we trick the brain, right? Trick the brain to allow us to make the change that we want to achieve, right? Whatever goal you might have set for yourself.